here's the basic principle. You want to orient yourself with the surface of the ramp. So as I enter the ramp, right, I'm going to be basically standing up here. As I go down the ramp, I want to orient myself with the surface of the ramp, so I'm basically 90 degrees to the surface. Then as I descend, at some point as I make the transition back to the flat, I want to return to this position here. That's the first thing you want to be aware of. You want to orient yourself with the surface of the ramp. Checkpoints in your body positioning is you want to make sure you got one foot slightly in front of the other one. It could be a little bit more in front or a little bit closer together. Generally though, until you've had a bit more experience, you're not going to have your feet perfectly lined up side by side. You're going to have one in front. And 99.9 of all skaters, the best ones in the world, we all ride in a position something like this. Okay, so now that I understand the basic principle and my body positioning, I'm going to go for it. So first thing I'm going to do is pick an appropriate ramp. So I got something in front of me that's not too steep, not too big. I'm not going to be going too fast. I know what's ahead of me. I see that there's some ramps across the other side there. And I'm going to go slow enough that I should be able to turn without running into those ramps. Ideally, there would be nothing in front of me. It would just be a big, long, flat, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything. So pick your spot. Find the most appropriate place to first try this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I have enough space and I'm going at an appropriate speed that I'm going to be gliding into the ramp. So what I don't want to end up doing is skating, getting to the edge of the ramp and now trying to get into the proper positioning to drop in. I want to make sure that I'm set up, comfortable gliding into that ramp. So as I enter into the ramp, that's where I'm going to be looking. And then as soon as I enter the ramp, I'm no longer going to be looking at that spot. I'm going to bring my head up and I'm going to look to a spot on the flat ground in front, approximately where that second cone is there. So my head's going to be looking down there at the ramp, about a quarter of the way down, and then I'm going to be looking up to the flat part of the ramp. Okay. Mastered rolling in on those flat ramps. You've done it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times, no problem. You understand the basic principles. Now, why not try it on something else? And the philosophy here is you're just gonna go with it. You're gonna adjust your body positioning by where you're looking, but essentially you're just gonna trust that rolling predator position and your own balance, and you're gonna enjoy the ride.
That was rolling.
Okay, so now we've figured out how we can go down these flat ramps. So what about going up these flat ramps and actually starting to jump? And what does that look like and what's going on there? Well, here I come up the ramp, right? Notice as I go up the ramp, I'm orienting myself to the ramp again. So it's going to be slightly tilting back. And then as I exit the ramp, I definitely don't necessarily want to be coming out of the ramp this way, coming down this way. I want to make a correction and add a little jump. So essentially what's going to happen is as I come up the ramp, I'm going to be looking up, orienting myself with the face of the ramp. And then as I'm exiting the ramp, I'm going to tip a little bit forward and give a little jump off the front of my foot. If you're really good at jumping and you can push hard off your toes, you can use your toes there, or just a little pop from the front of your foot is all you really need to be able to do to catch some nice little airs and make for a nice smooth landing off of one of these ramps.